What is going on, everybody? So, as you just saw in that little time-lapse clip there, we are getting our heat and AC put in. Everything, so a little overview of these units if you don't really know anything about them. They're called mini splits. So basically they're a heat pump and an AC unit all in one. You got your high and low side lines that come from the unit there to the outdoor unit, which is like a normal AC outside unit. So you got those that connect the two, and then there is basically your signal wire from the outside unit to the inside unit that powers these and tells these kind of what to do. And then you have your drain for this one, and then the outside one has its own drain. And then you have power from the box that goes to the outdoor unit. So everything is done except these lines here and this unit have to be vacuumed down with a vacuum pump, much like you would with an auto application. Vacuum these out. The outside unit is pre-charged with all of the refrigerant that this needs. So basically hook that up, suck all this out, pull a vacuum on it, and then unhook that and open the valves on the outside unit. All the refrigerant makes its way through the system, and these are good. So these are pretty much done, except for that. Like I said, I ordered the wrong fitting, so I have the right fitting now. Basically, we're gonna suck those out, turn the breakers on, we're gonna have heat. Also, guys, sorry for the background noise with the heater, but I think we have a fix for the light issue of these bars right here. You know, when you move and those black lines come across the screen, I think we have a fix for that. So the shop at work got a bunch of new lighting and basically was giving away all the old stuff. So I got 6 of these big lights. Yeah, there's a big one right there. I got 6 of these big lights right here for free. I was going to convert them to LED, but I'm afraid they're going to do the same thing. So I might put them up as they are for now, as halogens. I might put them back here, or I don't know. Probably definitely one in this corner, but basically somewhere around here to brighten this up a little bit. Maybe that'll get rid of those lines too that come in the video. There's obviously no lines in real life, but with these LEDs, it just kind of does weird things with the video with the GoPro. So hopefully this will help and give us a bunch more light. So that'll be cool. Free is always awesome. Alright, so as you can see, it's vacuuming down. 0 right here is obviously atmosphere. So basically it comes from the vacuum pump here, comes into these gauges, this valve is open, and then this hose comes around to this port, this little adapter here in this port, and it's basically sucking this line, the unit, and this returning line, the low side, high side, sucking both of those lines in the inside unit out. The valves are inside here, so when all this is sucked out, this will come off, this little cap will go back on, and then you'll turn these valves, and all the refrigerant that is in this unit right here will disperse between the two units and the lines. And then that's it. So we are going to vacuum this one down. I'd say probably, I don't know, 15-20 minutes or so. We'll let this one vacuum down. We'll come out, check, see where it's at, and then we will close this valve here, and then we will turn the vacuum pump off, and we will basically visually check it, and we'll let it sit for another 10-15 minutes probably, and see if this has leaked off at all. If it does, we know we have a leak somewhere from here this way, and well, which is obvious because everything in here is all factory sealed anyway, so basically all we've done is mess with this side. So we'll see if anything leaks on that side. If it doesn't, then we'll open these valves. This whole unit will be ready to go, and then we will do the same thing to this unit. So slowly but surely we are getting there. So yeah, we're gonna let this do its thing. Got a couple things inside I can do, and we'll come back to this here after a little bit when it is sucked down. Well guys, it is dark outside, so I didn't take you along with doing this side of things, but both of these did vacuum down as they should, and they held their vacuum, and then opened up the valves on both of them, so everything is ready to go. Bought the wrong breakers. So yeah, I guess we'll finish this tomorrow. Dang it. Oh, hey. Yeah. Next day. Got me some new circuit breakers. We can get this done, and we can see if all of this is actually going to work or not. Here we go. We are going to throw these in there, and we're going to see what happens. So my licensed electrician put those in about 3.5 minutes. Would have took me at least 6. So when I flipped them on, heard one beep and another one beep. So I got power to them. I do not have batteries in that remote yet, so can't rightly do that. But this one has batteries, so power. Hey, 76, 76. I hear things starting. While this does its thing and starts doing whatever it does, I'm gonna put batteries in that remote, and when it starts blowing some wind out of that thing, we'll come back and I'll tell you if it's warm or not. Well, definitely blowing air out of them, and it's warm. Yeah, feel that? It's warm. So, these are both running. Like I said, both of them blowing air out. It took a little bit for them to do their thing and figure out what they needed to do. It's probably, well, let me just tell you. It is It is 37 degrees outside. So it's probably, I don't know, 45 in here, maybe. It's not terrible. I got them set at 76, so probably not gonna shut off for, well, probably won't ever, because no insulation, got holes everywhere, you know. So they're not really for continuous use at this point, until we get insulation and all that finished up, and then they can be on all the time, and they can actually cycle. But as they are now, I'm gonna go inside. Vice Grip Garage just dropped about an hour and a half episode yesterday. Hour episode, I don't know, it's pretty long. I'm gonna go inside and watch that. Then I'm gonna come back out here when that's over, or close to over. And when I walk through the door, we'll see if it's warm. Sounds like a plan. Well, it's the next morning. Well, it's afternoon now. This morning I came in, I come out last night after a while. Hadn't really changed a whole lot, so I just shut them off. Went back inside, went to bed. It was about midnight o'clock, so just figured, screw it. Come out this morning, probably 8:30ish, 9 o'clock. Turned them on and figured I'd let them run for a while and come out here later on and see what it's like out here. And just walked in. It's honestly, I would say it's probably 65 in here. It's 40 degrees outside, so I'm happy with that. We are losing a lot up here, I'm sure. It's probably like 75 up there. We're losing a lot where this light is shining through. Heat going out. And we're probably losing a little bit through these holes, but not much. But all the way around, you can see, you know, you can see daylight out of there. So those will all get filled too, but yeah, otherwise pretty happy. Heat coming out of here is nice and warm. The fans don't blow super hard, but it's all right. I mean, it funnels it down and kind of follows the floor, and then I'm sure it just rises right away. So maybe at some point we can get some fans up here to kind of keep it down. But like I said, we're gonna have ceiling and everything else, and once it's insulated and has the ceiling, it's really not gonna matter a whole lot. There'll still be a little bit of heat hanging up here, but I mean, it'll stay warm. Those things will probably hardly run, honestly. But we have heat and AC now, and hopefully we won't have to use this thing hardly at all unless it gets real cold, just to kind of help it out, bring it up. So that's pretty cool. Got that done. I think that's gonna do it for this episode, or whatever you want to call it, this video. I know it's kind of a short talking video, but we're excited. We got heat. That is huge. So the next video that we do, we will be on to the Nova and the floor. We got stuff to do this now. The welder is back. Brennan borrowed that for a little bit. It's back. It's full of gas, full of wire, ready to rock and roll. We got rust treat. We got seam sealer. We got I didn't get any 415. I was gonna do something like that and brush it on. I don't know. Probably should have gone that route, but when I picked all this stuff up, they didn't have any. But I've used this roll cage and chassis paint before, and it is really good stuff. So, like I said, I got the rust treat and seam sealer and that paint, and then I also have what's this other thing here? Oh yeah, I got weld through primer. So we cut all this out. I have a flange tool that I just got, and I'm gonna try it this time instead of like the Chevelle when we kind of butt welded everything. That was a huge pain. It worked. If I had to do the Chevelle over, I would do a lot of things different. So we're gonna try that tool on this and kind of flush weld everything. It should be pretty nice. And when we do that, when I step it all, then I can go in and grind where the weld's gonna be, and I'll put that weld through primer in there, and then we'll weld it up, and then we'll probably prime it again, obviously. And then once we get everything done, we'll use that rust treat stuff. We'll spray it on, rust converter, whatever you want to call it. Spray it on, let it do its thing, and then we'll come back over the top of that with the paint. So that's basically what we'll do, and the seam sealer will be in the mix at some point in time. But yeah, that's what we're gonna do, and hopefully this should turn out pretty good. We really don't have a whole lot to repair up here, and then these little spots back here, those will be just kind of little tedious quick patches. That shouldn't be nothing big. So floor should turn out pretty good. The only thing I'm worried about is the front pan where it kind of starts to kick up. I don't know how much of that we're gonna have with this, but we do have plenty of extra material to work with, so if we need to make a little patch or something, we can do that. That's kind of why I had Dad get the full side pans, that way we have some extra material if we need to put some here or there, and you know, use it all and have the same thickness of material throughout. So that'll be good. We will get that done. Once the floor is done, we'll probably go ahead and probably throw the drivetrain in, maybe. Not sure yet. We might do carpet first. I know he's still kind of deciding on seats. He wants to go bucket seats in it. I haven't been able to find any local that are nice, but not $1,500. So if you got seats for a 68 to 72 Nova bucket seats that aren't trashed, that aren't $1 million, let me know. We might buy them. But yeah, we gotta get seats in here to figure out what we're gonna do with the back seat, if we're gonna recover it or try and just go ahead and find a back seat too. Not sure yet on that, but we could at least put carpet in if we needed to. I would kind of like to hold off on that, because if we put bucket seats in it, the seat bolt holes are going to be at different spots, and I would like to have those marked and drilled and everything done. That way when we put the carpet in, we can just locate those holes instead of having to deal with drilling through carpet and all that junk. So it'd be nice to have the seats before we do that. But we do have other random stuff we can put in: dash pad, package tray, headliner, you know, whatever. Probably do the headliner before we do a whole lot of anything on the floor, that way, you know, top to bottom. So yeah, process, we're getting there. Heat's done now. Heat and AC on the walls. Shop with AC is awesome. A lot of people can only dream of that, and we are very lucky and fortunate to be able to have that now. So that's cool. So yeah, heat's done. We're gonna be on with the projects. Thanks for watching, guys. Appreciate it. We'll be back very soon with this Nova stuff. And if you guys have watched this far, 1, thank you. 2, if you go back through the video and kind of really pay attention to stuff in the background, not me, you might find a pretty good hint for the Chevelle and what's going to go in it. It's there. Still waiting on a bunch of parts for that. And also, we are going to be making shirts. So we're going to do a real limited run of them to see how they sell. And basically they're just going to fund parts for the Chevelle, because parts are not going to be super cheap. They're not going to be super expensive, but it'll still be nice to have something to help fund that. So I'll throw a picture of the shirts up here. There they are. I think they're going to be fairly simple, nice, and hopefully you guys like them. If you want any, shoot me an email at this email right here. If we have any left by the time, well, they're not made yet, but if we have any spots left, I know there's some people already that want some, I will be in contact with you again, and we'll get you a shirt. So yeah, thanks for watching, guys. Appreciate it, and we'll see you next time.